You know, it never fails. I just got that poster in the mail, and the day before it arrived, they released the new poster for the movie. Ah, well, what are you gonna do? This one's actually kind of better. So D23 Expo weekend is over, and yesterday they gave us another little Star Wars present, which I honestly was not expecting. I thought that Mandalorian trailer was pretty badass, and that was all I would really need to make a video about. But nope, we got a new trailer-ish for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. I say trailer-ish because it's not really a trailer, it's like that special look kind of thing. Like the first half of the video is covering episodes 1 through 8. You got the voiceover going, you got the John Williams music going. Fast forward through all that, and we get to our new footage. And yeah, this new footage does have me pretty pumped, I'm not gonna lie. But I do have some questions, and maybe some concerns. The first new thing you see here is you see the crew, you know, Rey, Finn, Poe, Chewie, C-3PO. They're at some, it looks like a festival or something, and it looks like a desert planet, which makes me think, are they on Jakku again? Which to me kind of harkens back to Return of the Jedi. The first planet we see in the original Star Wars trilogy is Tatooine, so Return of the Jedi goes back to Tatooine in the beginning. And now here, the first planet we saw in this sequel trilogy was Jakku. And with this shot here, I feel like The Rise of Skywalker might go back to Jakku in the beginning. I hope it doesn't, because it's just blatant fan service. I'll get to blatant fan service later on though. We get another shot of Leia in front of a background I don't think we've seen before. It's like jungle, leaves and stuff. Makes me think, okay, did they shoot some scene in Force Awakens where she was on another planet, like a jungle planet or something? Because again, they said for this movie they're using scenes they shot for Force Awakens with her, but they didn't use for Force Awakens. Then again, this might be Dakar. Dakar is the planet where the Resistance base is. There were a bunch of trees and dirt and soil on that planet. It was kind of like Endor, so maybe this is Dakar. Then we get to some pretty cool looking shots of some starships. We get the good guys and the bad guys, and on the good guys side, it looks like that's the Tantive 4 right there, which is, you know, the very first ship you see in the original Star Wars. I think it might be the exact same ship. And then on the bad guy side, we see a bunch of old-fashioned Imperial Star Destroyers, more than we've ever seen ever. And I think, yeah, that is a badass shot. You know, those ships are huge. I love Star Destroyers, and there's lightning behind them, so it looks really menacing. But why are they the old-fashioned Imperial ones, and not the new First Order ones? Stuff like this really makes me think that this movie is gonna have a lot of fan service, like seeing the Tantive 4 again, and seeing the old Imperial Star Destroyers. Like, why those? We've seen those already. Are they gonna try to do some cooler lightspeed sacrifice like in Last Jedi? Because I don't know if they can. And I don't even care. I watched Last Jedi recently, and I still profess that movie is awesome. But just the shot with all the Star Destroyers, I think, yeah, it looks cool, sure. But in the end, I don't really like it, because why are they the Imperial ones, not the First Order ones? Just seems like blatant fan service. Then we get a look at a new character named Janna, played by Naomi Ackie. She's with Finn. I think they're in the Falcon. I could be wrong. And I have a theory. I made a tweet about this. I'm not saying this is what I think, but I'm just saying, what if? What if Janna is Janna Calrissian? I don't know, because you have Billy D. Williams coming back as Lando. So what if this time Lando brings his daughter into the mix? Or maybe he doesn't want to bring his daughter into the mix, but his daughter is like, no, I want to do it. Then we have the shot that got me the most excited and also the most worried. Not worried about the movie, but worried about a character. And that is poor 3PO. That's a shot when I saw it the first time, I was like, wait, what the fuck? If I had to guess what's happening here, I'd guess that he's being controlled with the Force by someone on the dark side, like either Kylo Ren or Palpatine. Which is why I'm like, poor 3PO. He never wanted to get tangled in any mess since day one. C-3PO is like the most innocent character in all of Star Wars. He doesn't want any trouble, so the fact that he might be being controlled here with the Force, I'm like, oh, why? What can I say? I like C-3PO, and I don't want anything bad to happen to him, because that would hurt. Then we see our girl Rey. It looks like she's training in the forest. I say that because you see one of those little training balls, like the one that Luke was training with in the original Star Wars, except this one is differently colored. And you see Rey throw her lightsaber, and it spins around, and I was like, that's Vader's move. I mean, right? Like, Vader did that in Empire Strikes Back, and it spun in the same way, too. To me, that always kind of seemed like a lame move, though, but the fact that she calls it back makes me go, alright, you know what you're doing. Then we see Kylo Ren. This is gearing up for the big fight. That ship behind him looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? I think that's the same ship from the teaser that Rey was about to like slice in half, which makes me think, okay, maybe Kylo Ren is flying that thing in the teaser. But that lightsaber fight though, holy shit, that is business. It looks awesome. It's just a continuous shot. The camera's panning down and those two are just going at it. They fought against each other at the end of Force Awakens. They fought side by side against the Praetorian Guards about halfway through Last Jedi in a scene that was totally badass. And now they're fighting each other again. This is gonna be the one to end it though. And if you look at the environment, it looks like the same environment that you saw at the end of the teaser where they were looking out at the Death Star, except this ocean is a lot more violent. And I think this is the fight you see on the new poster because the platform they're fighting on looks about the same. And yeah, that fight does look really badass. J.J. Abrams just knows how to frame shit. Like the beginning of the teaser teaser trailer where it zooms in on Rey and then it goes down to her lightsaber, and then it shows like the mountain range and it's panning, and then it goes down, and then the TIE fighter zooms past. I'm looking forward to seeing those shots on the big screen because those are really nice shots. Great camera work, just saying. And then of course we have the big shocker at the end of this special look. We see Rey, she's in a dark hood and she's got like 2 red lightsabers, and then she folds it out. It looks like her staff, but it's a double-sided lightsaber like Darth Maul style. And I was like, whoa, holy shit. But I am pretty much with everyone else in saying, yeah, Rey's not gonna turn to the dark side in this movie. I am pretty sure that this is a Force vision or something, because this is the last movie of the Skywalker saga. To have your main protagonist suddenly become an antagonist would be just really strange, narratively speaking. It could be something like, oh, she turns bad like halfway through, and then like at the very end she turns good again and maybe sacrifices herself. I don't know. Probably not though. I'm pretty sure this is just a Force vision. If I had to guess, I'd say they're in the Death Star when Rey sees this. Which then leads me to Palpatine again. First of all, he sounds really groggy. Your journey. I just want to be like, dude, clear your throat. Like, he just sounds worse than he ever did in the original trilogy or the prequels. And again, you don't see him in this trailer, you didn't see him in the teaser either. You just hear his voice. It just makes me wonder, how is Palpatine going to fit into this movie? Yeah, they said he's going to actually be in it physically, which to me just seems like the most blatant fan service ever. Like, yeah, the teaser had me excited because you hear his laugh and you're like, wow, what's going on? But the fact that Palpatine might actually be in this movie, I just don't know about that. Because yeah, I get that he's a Star Wars character that everyone knows, but the thing is that we all thought he was dead. You know, Darth Vader threw him over the thing and he blew up and he died. We haven't seen anything in this new trilogy that alludes to Palpatine still being alive. If Rey and the crew go to the Death Star and see that Palpatine is still alive just hanging out, that's pretty much negating the end of Return of the Jedi and saying Darth Vader died for nothing. Yeah, that's what it would be saying. And I don't think I would like that. But I mean, J.J. Abrams has to know that, right? He's a smart dude. He has to know that bringing Palpatine back is pretty fan servicey. So all I'm saying is that they better write a good reason for Palpatine to be in this movie, which myself being the optimist, I believe they can do. We'll see how it goes though. In the end, I still think this movie looks completely badass. It is one of my most anticipated movies of the year, because again, it's the final chapter of the Skywalker saga. How can you not get excited for that? Even if you didn't like The Last Jedi, you're gonna go see this movie because you gotta see how it ends. I'm looking forward to this. I love The Force Awakens, I love The Last Jedi, and so I hope I love The Rise of Skywalker. I just hope it doesn't push the fan service, because it kind of seems like they're just bringing back old original trilogy stuff for the sake of doing it. Again, they better write a good reason for this stuff being in the movie, but I do have faith in them. So Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the D23 special look. Have you watched it? What do you think about it? And what are your thoughts on this, what seems like blatant fan service? Oh, and also, what do you think is happening to poor 3PO here? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.